All right, let's get right into it. What if I told you that building websites, the old, painful, clunky way, is completely over, and that there's a new way to build and actually sell a professional website in about the time it takes to brew a pot of coffee? Well, you're going to want to stick around because we're about to break down a business model that does exactly that. That's right. You can say hello to vibe coding. Now look, this isn't just another little update or some new feature. We are talking about a fundamental shift in how we create things for the web. This is a whole new paradigm. And this quote, it gets right to the heart of the matter. Just think about all the hours you or people you know have wasted fighting with templates, dragging little blocks around, just trying to get things to line up right. It's maddening. Vibe coding just gets rid of all that. The idea is so simple. If you can feel it and you can describe it, you can build it. So what's the engine powering this whole revolution? It's a tool called Lovable. But you've got to stop thinking of it like another website builder. It's way more powerful than that. This isn't a builder. Think of it as your own personal AI engineer. And here is the key difference, right? Lovable doesn't hand you a template. It writes actual code based on what you tell it. You don't drag and drop anything. You have a conversation with it. You just describe the features, the colors, the purpose, the vibe, and it just generates the whole thing for you, front end and back end, in an instant. So why would you even try to start a business with this? Well, there are three absolutely huge reasons. First off, it's free to get started. The barrier to entry is basically zero. Second, the speed is, well, it's just unbelievable. And third, the quality of what it spits out is crazy good. The sites look super premium, like a business just dropped $5,000 on a custom design. Okay, so how does this actually work in practice? How do you really go from a simple idea to a fully functional custom website for a paying client in literally 2 minutes? It is shockingly simple. It's just 2 steps. That's it. First, you describe the business you're building the site for. Then you tweak it and refine it with simple conversational commands. That's the whole process. No complicated setup, no deep technical knowledge needed. Just describe and refine. So how easy is that first step? Let's imagine you want to build a site for a local Italian place. You would literally type a prompt just like this one into Lovable. And notice, you're not just describing the look. You're asking for real functionality, like a reservation system and a photo gallery. You're describing the whole vibe of the place. Okay, now this is where vibe coding really just blows everything else out of the water, the refining process. The old way meant endless, painful tweaking, right? But with Lovable, if your client wants to change, you just tell the AI. If they're like, can the buttons be a different color? You just type, make the buttons gold, and bam, it's done. The AI handles all the messy code for you instantly. It's a total game changer. So you've built this incredible site in a few minutes. Now what? How do you actually turn this into a business? Well, this is where the strategy gets really, really clever. See, you're not actually selling a website. You're selling something way more valuable to a business owner. So what is the secret? I mean, how do you convince a local business owner to hand you money for something that took you almost no time at all to create? And there it is. This is the crucial insight. You have to shift the entire value proposition. Small business owners are busy. They are drowning in work. They do not have time for some 6-week web design project. What they want is a solution, and they want it now. You're not selling a product. You're selling an instant solution. You are selling speed. And here is the exact playbook. First, find a local business, a restaurant, a mechanic, whatever, with one of those really old broken websites that looks like it was made in 2005. Now, before you even contact them, you go and build their new site on Lovable. Then you take a quick screen recording showing off their beautiful new modern design. You send them that video with a simple offer. Hey, I already built this for you. I can have it live on your domain by tonight. And you offer to do it for just $300. This is what we call the easy yes. Why? Because you've completely removed all their risk. They have already seen the finished product. It's their business, but looking amazing. They see the value right there in front of them. And for a price like that, the decision is a complete and total no-brainer. So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that the entire landscape has shifted right under our feet. The old barriers that used to keep people from starting their own tech-based business, well, they're just disappearing. I mean, really think about that for a second. The deep technical skill, the startup cash, the long, painful development cycles, all of that is just fading away. Your ability to understand a vibe and just clearly communicate it, that is now one of the most valuable skills you can possibly have. So, the only question that's left is, what vibe are you going to build first? A minimalist coffee shop? A high-energy gym? A cozy little bookstore? The tool is here, the strategy is clear, the rest, well, the rest is up to you.